I came up here last night, I left down around Plymouth at about 4:30 or something, and God, it was beautiful. I came around that bend south of the Notch and saw the white Lafayette and Cannon and all that. And I was on course talking on my cell phone, but it was beautiful. And then I got up to the exit, 35, where you fork off at 93. And then you were looking at another set of mountains just by Twin Mountain, and they were pink. And that was my second wow. It was just, I just felt so lucky to look. And then when I got here, came up the driveway and looked off, they were gray. The mountains, all within, it was 5:59 when they were pink. So I just wanted to note that we have to look to see those things. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Cool. I really appreciate being here today. I hope you don't have very high expectations, because I don't want to let you down. How many are here for the first time at Mountain View Grand? A third of you. Well, I was wowed. I stayed overnight and was just I couldn't be more impressed with not the bricks and mortar, but the people. And it followed right through till today. I walked back and forth between the buildings, and every time I did, there's a guy out there saying, "Are you lost?" And so I don't think bricks and mortar make a business. Is there any architects in the room? I think it's the people, and that's just one thing I've always believed. Let's see. Talking about this building, the third of you have never been here. Don't get in your car and leave. Take a walk through the main hall and look at it. The attention to detail is amazing. And I call this "what a save," because I remember driving up here when it was abandoned, or whatever you call it, empty and deteriorating. And I'm thinking, sitting out there about a half an hour ago, I was thinking, how many big grand hotels were there in the North Country back in, well, the 30s, the turn of the century? I was going to play a game and say, can we name a lot of them? But we don't have the time, but we can try. I thought of 15 that were big and grand. And some of them are, well, let me see if you can bring some back. Crawford, Pinkham, Wambach, Profile House, the four that are still here, Crawford, the Crawford House. Okay, your turn. Yell them out.
Maplewood.
Maplewoods, I was there last week. Well, part of it's still there, the casino.
Alpine Mountain House.
Right. And all that's left is the employee housing, which is part of that. Fire was our enemy. And that was pre-sprinkler systems. Okay, that's a little diversion, but I thought it was fun. I just wanted to say that I'm not a native of New Hampshire. One more question. How many native New Hampshireites are here? Oh, it's only less than a third, 25%. 26% with me. Everybody seems to have been born in northern New Jersey. I don't know if that's true. I was. And my dad, at age 56 in 1959, said, let's get out of northern Jersey. And they had been coming up to Eaton Center since 46, right after the war. And I was born in 45, but I don't remember the first couple of trips. But every February until 59, we got in our car in Jersey and went to Eaton Center. And finally in 59, he said, why don't we move there? It's beautiful. And the kids were in their get-in-trouble age, about 10 to 15, and I would have been either in jail or a lawyer. Neither one are good. And we came up here and had a very good life. Went to Kennett. I wasn't a very good student. The 5-year plan. Worked at Cranmore as a dishwasher. And females in high school were waitresses at the waffle shop and all of that. And Eastern Slope Inn. Those were the days. But when it came to graduation, the principal and I had a kind of a love-hate relationship. Probably more of the latter. And he said, so Al, what are you going to do? And I said, I'd love to be an architect or a civil engineer. Well, after he got off the floor laughing, I said, I have to go to cooking school because that's my only real options. So I went to New Haven, Connecticut to a cooking school, restaurant school, which is, by the way, another great thing they're doing here at the hotel with the White Mountain Regional and the kids program. It's just too good to believe for those kids and for this place and for the school. But anyway, I got out of there and I said, boy, I'm too smart to go in the restaurant game. What I'll do is go into institutional feeding like hospitals, colleges, factories, all over New England, and it was interesting and real good. And we're 8 to 5, 5 days a week, no stress, no holidays, no nights. I thought, this is perfect. And this older man came to me a year and a half into this company like Sodexo or ARA. It was called Canteen Corporation. He said, you won't be here in a year. And I was 22, and I said, why? I said, I got good food costs, you love me, things on the wall that say I'm doing a good job. He said, you're not corporate material. I didn't know what the hell he meant. But he was right. He was 100% right. I couldn't take direction for anything. If I ever went in the Army and they said, go over there, I'd say, but excuse, why don't we, go over there? So I'm rebellious and an individual, and I don't really apologize for it. I just know that it's true. And want to do it my way, and I wish I could listen more and perhaps collaborate. Thanks. So anyway, sure enough, 6 months later, I was drifting away from the corporate world and lived in Litchfield down by Nashua and was running the cafeterias for Sanders Associates for this company. And on weekends, I opened a pizza barn in Fortin, New Hampshire, of all places, in '68. On Route 3, and this is how short-term strategic planning I had. I didn't realize the next winter, '93, would go right by the door and we would be dead on our feet. But it was fun. It was a huge investment, $3,000. And we took this auction barn and made it into a pizza and live entertainment banjo band place. And the duration of that business was December 26th till April 1st, and that was the end. But it was hugely successful.